Audio recording on your smartphone. Now that is a subject that brings fear and terror to videographers all over the world because smartphone microphones, in a word, are horrible for recording video. The very first tip I'm going to share with you is called eyes shut. It's a very simple one. Whenever you rock up anywhere to film, such as we are today in the studio, the first thing I do is I stand there and I close my eyes. And if I close my eyes and listen to the scene that I'm standing in, it'll help me understand what the audience is going to hear. Now, if I stop talking for a second, you can pick up some background noise, even on the lapel microphone that I'm wearing. And that sound is the rain falling on the roof outside. These are things we need to think about when we're recording video for our audience at home to watch. What sounds can they hear in that shot? And is that sound something that is explained in the video, or is it something we need to deal with by choice of how we're going to record the sound, or by context in the way we're explaining our story to our audience? Tip 2 is all about eliminating audio distractions. And by that I mean, when we stood there in the previous tip and listened with our eyes shut to the scene, what could we hear? Was there any sounds in that scene that we could have control over by turning them off, or eliminating or lowering the volume of those sounds? So sorts of sounds I'm talking about in a typical home or office environment could be a refrigerator. So a refrigerator will often emit a very high frequency pitch, electrical pitch, or there could be a compressor sound that kicks in every 10 to 15 minutes as it's cooling the contents of the refrigerator. Is there any music playing in the background? And even in the distance, is there a radio playing? Is there a television on somewhere? That's stuff that we can obviously turn off. Is there air conditioning in the room and the environment you're filming in? Is there a vent you're standing underneath from ducted air conditioning that might be blowing down on the microphone and creating a sound distraction? Is there a ticking clock? Another favorite is a ticking clock. There's always a clock somewhere with a tick in it, and you need to pull those batteries out and stop that clock from ticking away. Unless the audience can see that particular clock in your shot, you don't want them hearing it and wondering what it is. So golden tip number 2 is eliminate any distracting sounds. Turn them off or turn them down. Tip 3 is all about contextualizing our audio. So if we have sound in the scene that we can't turn down or turn off, then the other choice we have available to us is how to explain that sound to the audience watching our video. Is it a sound that makes sense to the scene that they're seeing? Or is it a sound that is at odds to the picture that they're watching in the video frame that we're capturing for them? So contextualizing audio, an example of this could be, I could be standing with a beautiful beach behind me, but you could hear the sound of loud traffic. Now, to an audience watching at home, when you see that video, you can see me with a beach behind me, but the sound of the traffic just doesn't marry up with the picture. So I either need to start the video by saying we're right beside a busy highway, beside a beautiful beach, and start my preamble that way, or else we could start the shot by me walking in from the road so the audience sees the road, and then we swing the camera around and show the beach. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I'm doing? So by adding context to the audio that our audience might be able to hear in our video, we give it reason for being, and we stop them guessing for what that audio distraction may well be. Tip 4 is a very simple one, and it's simply get closer to the sound source that you're trying to record the audio from. Now, if we've done our job right, in tip 1, we stood in the scene, we closed our eyes, we listened to what sounds our audience might be able to hear in our video. The second tip we went through was trying to eliminate any audio distractions. The third tip was to contextualize any audio that we couldn't get rid of. The fourth tip is, if we've done all the above, move ourselves closer, move the camera closer to the sound source so that the distance between the microphone and the person creating the sound is minimalized. And that way we get nice, clean, crisp audio every single time. Now what I want to do as an example is we're going to switch to our wide camera. We've got very heavy rain falling outside on the roof of this studio. I'm going to turn this particular microphone off. So we're just picking up the sound on this particular camera here, and you'll be able to hear that there's a lot of reflective and echoey sound. This is an example of where me moving closer to this particular camera is going to realize a better sound capture. So if I walk in closer, I won't change the volume of my voice. If I simply speak at the same volume, you might have to adjust the focus on this camera, so I'm standing a fair bit closer. I'm probably in the dark here because I've stepped out of my light. But the one thing you're about to pick up straight away is that the sound quality is much better now that I'm closer to the camera capturing the sound. And when I start walking away without adjusting my volume, you'll notice that the sound quality on this particular camera gets worse because I'm further away from the camera capturing the sound, and we're picking up way more of the environment in the shot. Sound recording hacks. Here's some quick, fast tips you can try at home to dramatically improve the quality of your audio recordings on your phone. Hack number one, if you love doing videos with voiceover recording, so if you like narrating over the top of your videos, the absolute best space in your house you can narrate a video is, believe it or not, in a walk-in robe, in a big wardrobe where you can fit yourself in. You might have to have like a little torch in there to read your script, but if you turn on the audio recording app on your phone and start speaking into your phone in a walk-in wardrobe, what happens is you won't have any echoes, there'll be no reflective sound, because all the clothes in your wardrobe acts to absorb stray sound reflections. It results in a way cleaner sound recording. It'll sound like you've recorded your voice in an audio booth. The second hack I've got for you is, believe it or not, cushions can absorb sound really, really effectively. So if you find yourself in a scene where someone's talking and there's a lot of reflective sound, grab a couple of cushions, scatter them around the floor and hold them around the person that's speaking. It'll form like an audio absorption barrier around that person's voice. It'll help cut out any stray sound. It'll also help cut out any reflections generated from that person's voice. Hack number three is all about towels. Now, if you find yourself recording an environment with lots of hard reflective surfaces, like this studio that I'm standing in now, a choice I can make is to put down towels.
Hey, so we're down in Sydney today. We're actually recording some pieces to camera. We're set up in this cool little space, and one of the things I wanted to quickly show you was how we can help soundproof an area, help cut back on what we call sound spillage or echoes, things coming off hard surfaces. And one of the things we do is we look for reflective surfaces such as hard floors, walls, and we try and see how we can soften it. One of the tricks we use, very cheap, is just to put down some towels. So we just got some beach towels here, which we just overlay any hard surfaces around us to help cut back reflective sound. These acoustic foam screens on the side here, Liv, I don't know if you can see these, but we can pull these screens up or down and bring them in nice and close to the talent speaking to help cut back on reflective sound as well. And just to give you a little bit of an idea as to the difference that that can do for your sound, you can hear what this sounds like now. The microphone's actually plugged in on this iPhone now, but Liv, if I get you to walk back a little bit and I project, you'll hear how much more reflective sound, even keep going back further, you'll hear even more reflective sound coming in on my audio. So if you listen to that now, you hear there's a lot of echo going on, whereas as soon as you come back into this space here, and when we get the microphone nice and close and we're in this confined space, it's a lot cleaner sound. What do you think of that?
Hack number four is, if you've got a crowd of people available to you, use them as a sound buffer as well. People standing around between the person speaking to camera and the recording device will help cut back on reflective sound waves all at the same time, much the same as a cushion and a towel does. So there's four really, really good hacks for you.